It's been a while since we last talked about MILF Manor, but it just got so much worse, so much more degenerate in the meantime. So if you're unfamiliar, I should just explain the basic premise. They get a bunch of self-proclaimed MILFs, women who are single moms in their 40s to their 60s. They bring them to this private island or whatever, this mansion, and they also invite all of these women's adult sons who are in their 20s to early 30s. And the point of the show, ooh, shocker, they all find out the sons have to date the other moms, and it gets really weird and kind of borders on the incestuous, and that is entirely the point of the show, is just to be as degenerate and disturbing and uncomfortable as possible.
Let's be fair, reality TV has done this for as long as reality TV has existed, and I feel like for most people...
Been degenerate?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
A lot of it is you watch this as a comfort, honestly, to think, at least I'm not as bad as them.
Exactly. Even the most rigidly conservative person, because it's not presented to you in a way where it's
not an endorsement.
It does glorify it in a way, but it is designed to give you something to point and laugh at. It's the idea of a slow motion car crash. Like you never have people have these discussions about them as if they're good people. It's, oh my God, look at this train wreck that's happening in front of me.
Right.
Therefore, a lot of people who may be more judgmental or socially conservative will still be able to watch something like this and get something out of it because
And I love
like, wow.
cringe. I love cringe content. So I be watching Love is Blind. I watch Love on the Spectrum. I watch 90 Day Fiance.
Love on the Spectrum.
That's all my thing. So I get the appeal, but I have never watched a minute of MILF Manor, and I don't plan to. So in this new season of MILF Manor, they have updated the show concept to include DILFs in MILF Manor.
I'm going to just point out that this guy in this photo looks like his name is Joey the Nose, and he runs an import-export business out in New Jersey. He does.
Interesting profiling there.
Yes,
it's not hard to believe, actually. So this says, local father and son date the same women in wild TLC show MILF Manor. Uncomfortable. So they get the dads to join the show and compete for the same women that their sons are trying to date. They just thought, how can we... They sat around in a circle. They thought, how can we make this more effed up?
I don't know if I'm going to do how long I'm going to do this show, but the best transition for me to my next job would be like idea guy for reality TV. I would love that.
Me too. I'm not gonna be like high and mighty. I would totally love to be a drama stirrer for a living. Like that sounds like heaven for me.
Who comes up with the idea and then who approves it and then who says, yes, I want to be on that show?
People who are hungry for fame.
Genuinely, yeah. Like, and then young guys who like want to get laid, I guess. But it just sounds like a cesspool of STDs, doesn't it?
I mean, it just sounds like a cesspool of... It sounds like a cesspool.
In general, yeah. And these stills are even more disturbing. I mean, there was a scene that got reposted from the first season where they had the moms blindfolded and they had to identify which guy was their son by touching their shirtless bodies. Wow, blindfolded. It was disgusting, okay? We have a $20 from Darth Doza. Mary, when you say no, no, no in that certain way, like, no, 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 where is that from? It's from that meme.
Yes. Look, I always thought...
It's from a meme.
Az from Heel vs. Babyface said that way.
What?
Az, his name is Az.
Okay.
From Heel
Might
vs.
be.
Babyface says that way, but I don't know where the clip that's famous for it is from. It's obviously been dropped into millions of pieces of audio on TikTok and on social media.
Right. So I think they tried to bill this as like, oh, no one knew we were going to do this. It was all a big surprise once they got here. But how I can't believe that because you signed on a contract. You had to have known, right? But they said Anthony, 54, one of the DILFs, he has been divorced for 7 years. And
So maybe
oh
this
my
is-
goodness, it's so close to the profile that you came up with. He owns Nino's Coal Fire Pizza in Brick, New Jersey.
I was gonna say, if he doesn't own an import-export business, he owns a freaking pizza shop. Look at this. Tell me I'm wrong.
He said he didn't expect to see his son there. It really took me by surprise because we were thinking we were going on 2 separate dating shows. When I walked in, I saw Joey and I was like, oh my.
This guy owns stock in an Atlantic City casino for sure.
His son, Joey, is 21, a college student and, quote, entrepreneur, whatever that means. He's in Hustlers University. He said, it was a lot of emotions at once. Everyone was obviously shocked, but I was also kind of excited. Like, me and my dad, we hang out. Honestly, it gave me something to look forward to.
Like, they just...
How wholesome is that?
It's like they each come from the, like, so dad and son come from opposite bedrooms and just nuck on the
Oh,
way.
I can't.
There's a big super
another
chat there from...
100 from Just Cause I'm Free. Thank you so much. He said those women had so much work done, Barbie would be jealous. Also, Dan Schneider looks like Herbert the pervert in a greasy fat suit.
He looked like he was trying to slim down in his interview.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was wearing some flattering clothes.
He had the facial hair, trying to make himself look different.
Strategic beard.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of shocked about that bit, that show.
Yep.
That's something else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of the point, is to shock you.
And here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie. I
succeeded.
I use HBO Max on a regular basis, and I believe it's HBO Max. And I see MILF Manor, and I almost click on it just cause every time I pass by. I don't.
But you're like, no, I'm better than that.
Reality TV isn't really my thing. I would love the idea of being able to come up with degenerate ideas for reality TV, but watching it, not so much. Right? Mm-hmm. But, you know, there's no way that you're going to ever run out of this type of stuff, because there's always going to be a subset of humanity that's going to be willing to do just about anything for a little bit of fame.
This dad said, I'm not going to talk bad about last season at all, but I think that this was a little classier. Even though it was still a crazy twist, it was more acceptable because it's a father and son.
Oh,
well, that changes everything. Both father and son said once they got over their shock, they didn't think it was weird at all to be pursuing the same pool of women who were closer to Anthony's age, the dad.
yes.
Even older. They're 46, 48,
Look,
51,
but these
50.
women have had...
One of them is 60 years old.
A lot of these women have had a lot of work done, so they're not going to entirely resemble their age. And they don't look like the type of guys who would have a huge issue with extensive plastic surgery.
What do you think it would be weird for father and son to go on double dates outside the context of a reality show?
The whole
Sounds
thing
horrible.
is weird.
Sounds really just not right.
The whole thing is weird. The whole thing is bad.
The dad
whole
said,
thing
you
is
know,
gross.
Joey dates older women. We go out together. He's like my brother almost. We'll go out on double dates.
So this is the worst. This is the worst toxicity of like young single mom syndrome.
But in a dad.
But
in a single
guys.
dad.
I have a problem with people that think their children are their friend.
Yes.
Your kid can be your friend once your kid is 30.
Yeah.
Once your kid is like, you know, over
That frontal
25.
lobe is finishing
Exactly.
developing.
Like
Yeah.
once your kid is an actual adult, then you can be friends. Even like your 23, 24, 25-year-old kid, that's still your kid, and you're still their parent, and you're still supposed to help them kind of like figure out parts of life. Like just because they're old enough to go out into the world doesn't mean, oh God, hi. Doesn't mean that like you shouldn't be trying to help and influence and make their lives better and help them, you know, go through struggles that you've gone through and advise them and stuff. You shouldn't be trying to be like, oh, we're homies. You should be like, yo, I'm your dad and I'm your father and this is the stuff you should do. Like, this is bad. They're not your friends. They're your kids.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.